Obviously, we want him to play within the system, but we know how great he can be even in year 17.
Julian Strother is in. That's a young player they're relying on as Shai Gilgeous-Alexander cans the deep one on the hardwood, and a dunk for Jokic after the three made by Jang. Tied at 23, that ended an 8-0 run. Gilgeous-Alexander is so crafty.
You gotta know if you're Peyton Watson.
Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, what a feed! The finish by Wallace and the setup by SGA.
This is what you're talking about, Candace. Under great control here. Stays on the floor. Staying on the floor also gives you an extra count.
That's a luxury in the NBA, a guy that can guard all 5 positions.
Shai turns off balance, takes the bump. What a move! Oh, SGA!
Like an NFL running back, it just dashed right to the basket before the weak side could get there. That's where Dunn got caught in no man's land.
Mike, look at the body bend. Turning the corner. And
just making him work for everything.
Speaking of work, and my goodness, SGA in the mid-range. And Mark Daigneault is going to call a timeout here. He wants a challenge.
And box out. Kind of like the, just the old school, teach them how to box out. Well, that's a nice play that time. SGA drawing the attention and then throwing on.
But it's going to stay on this end.
There's that platter you were talking about. Gaining some momentum here.
A little stutter step, the hesitation. SGA down the lane. Bisecting the middle. And a tough finish. Daniels just really aggravating SGA out on the perimeter. Shot clock hits 3. He'll pull up for the 3. Right over Daniels and knock it down.
First, second team foul.
He's not able to guard, let me say that, folks. Shot clock winding down.
Again, a possession deep in the shot clock. Good defense, Casey Wallace. He'll send it up to Shai. Down behind the defense, he'll put it down.
This is the play before, man. He just picked the pocket. Called Trae Young, was Casey Wallace.
Young gave it up to Daniels. Shai came over, got swatted by Holmgren. Ball pops out. Shai takes it away from Daniels. All the way to the other end to throw it down.
How about this, folks? I mean, just stingy. Active. This is one of the things we talked about, folks. That's one of the keys to the game.
Well, Mark Daigneault said after the Lakers game that there's just a certain comfort level. Nice dive there by Hartenstein. SGA gives it up. Wiggins high off the window.
Kason Wallace. Hartenstein, of course, was a former Clipper and played in this building and just played lights out in New York. And that's Shai. SGA lays it up and in. Coming in, 12 for 18 from the floor. Gilgeous-Alexander stops on a dime, turns and shoots. And that's nothing but net from mid-range. Shai knows the clock. It's at 5. SGA for 3. Got it!
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is 9 out of 10 from the floor. Been able to do what he wants. Plays like this, little hesitation. Once again, pulls up. And Lucius got Dylan Brooks on a string. We'll run some offense.
They've done a good job of just wrestling and clawing their way back in this ball game after being down by as much as 15. And they just continue.
Now he's got the switch. Pulls Batadze out. What's he going to do? Drives it, stops it, shot fake. Oh, wow. So silky by Gilgeous-Alexander. To the night thus far, and Gilgeous-Alexander putting together a few of them.
This right here is like he's dancing right there. Great footwork.
That's kind of how this first half has been going for the Knicks. Exactly how that ball bounced. Looked like it was going in, and then it went out.
Shai spins, floats, and scores right before Towns.
Maxey averaging over 25 points per game.
That is really hard to make up. As SGA leans in, he got below the free throw line. Little off-balance shot.
Last for him in slow-mo, Allah. And we aim to deliver. We aim to please.
Crossover, takes a defender one way and then back the other and then just...
Shai sees a seam, takes the bump from Hart, countered and a foul.
And that's what you got to do. We talked about fast break kind of transition. The Knicks can't set it up as
Gilgeous-Alexander's got Mobley on him. Slithers in, falling away, got it! Just great shot making. 3/4 complete here in Cleveland. The Cavs with a 1-point lead over the Thunder. And Wallace pulls back, they'll reset. Gilgeous-Alexander, guarded by Garland. His floater is up and good! Oh, the shot making here in the fourth. 5 minutes into the second. Gilgeous-Alexander at 8 points in that first quarter. Pulls up, jump shot. That mid-range game is lethal.
With SGA on the bench. Now he's back in. Going to work on Reed. Hesitation. All the way to the cup. Plus the foul.
I can guard him. I know he's ice cold. Man, this here is cold-blooded. I mean, how many times he's going to squeeze away from him? Oh, man, that's not right, man. I'll tell you.
Gives the clock a check as he crosses the timeline at 3. Makes his move on Kennard. Off balance. And he drives into the scoop.
Becky, you think he's going to step back for a 3. He goes all the way to the bucket and does a flat-footed layup.
Shai Will has come off the bench. Played really well. Shai's going to lean into it. Takes a little bump. And another trip to the line on an and one.
About the and ones. And look at this here. This is a rebound. Put it up there, Mr. Cage, like you think I am. I've done this many times because I'm a professional scorer. I'm not sure who that was called on. Both Thompson
took it away. Shai dancing. Still dribbling. Tough fadeaway shot. SGA just deadly in the mid-range. 3. SGA hit 17 in the first half. Dancing with a basketball.
And a double team on Curry, and he did a good job of getting rid of the ball to the right guy.
Melton, and he can't slow down SGA, who once again gets to the rack and scores.
It's going to force the Warriors to extend their defense, which opens up those driving lanes and those attacks on the offensive glass.
This is the matchup you like. SGA driving on Stephen Curry.
Up and down, and a whole lot of this by SGA.
Every time he's come in there, he has shown that he belongs to be on the floor on both ends. Shai off balance and 1 foot gliding his way into that shot. In the second, defending Shai, step back shot. We got a 9-point game with over 5 minutes to go.
That's why there's always 2 halves to an NBA ball game.
Well, he had picked up his dribble, which was the cardinal sin in that painted bird. Another guy who likes to be physical in Shingun. Look at all the attention that Shai gets.
Still finds just enough daylight and a crease to get to the cup and scores.
Good job by Kendrick, not just standing out there watching that paint dry, even though he was guarding Fox on that play.
Shai, nice spin move and the finger roll. Sacramento shooting 60% from the field. My goodness. It's a 1-point game. Shai, mid-range, he'll shoot right over the top of Ellis, take a bump, and now he's going to the line.
CP3, and then Collins. Gilgeous-Alexander penetrates, back out to Gort. His triple, good!
The Rockets in Sacramento.
Yeah, I was going to say, go ahead and promote it.
Oh, man! Gilgeous-Alexander, the best of the night from SGA. Pow! Doing it all tonight. 30 points for Gilgeous-Alexander.
Isaiah Joe, man, he's serving up a hot cup of Joe.
Shai, nice spin move, went right around Clowney, and then elevates up for that jam. As the Thunder grow the lead in SGA. As we come up on the 2-minute mark, it's a 1-score game, 3-point OKC lead. Shai, the setback shot, he's got 42. Offense here in the second half.
Look how far back with some nail help. Boston raises up. Oh, man. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander put him in the friend zone. What a block. Here he is at the other end. Got a couple of birds up in the air and knocked it down. And then turning it into points on the other end of the floor. SGA, we're going to start to hear.
2 shading over toward SGA. Cuts through a couple of defenders. How did he get that up? SGA slicing and dicing to the rim.
Against Utah a couple of weeks ago, he hit 9 3-pointers and had a career-high 37. Euro step and one. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Real way to stop this guy, but if you don't contain him. 18 points by Williams of the Thunder, 10 in the fourth. Gilgeous-Alexander spinning, shooting, scoring.
It doesn't matter.
Over top.
Alexander's got Mobley on him. Slithers in, falling away, got it. Just great shot making. 3 quarters complete here in Cleveland. The Cavs with a 1-point lead over the Thunder.
Alexander lays it up and in. Suddenly you look like you're defending on roller skates. Whoop! Down goes Josh Hart.
Now makes his move at 5. Spins away, cuts down the lane, switches hands. Pretty finish with the left.
Take a look at this, folks. To end the quarter, SGA slicing, dicing, a little whirling and twirling.
It's exactly what you want from Markkanen, who's had some big games against OKC over the last couple of years. Shai, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. Utah can't do anything about it.
It's so nice, you got to see it twice. Take a look at this, folks. There's a whole lot of movement on this play.
25-point lead for the Thunder. Trying to close out the third. That slip pass from SGA. Gives the clock a check. He's across the timeline at 3. Makes his move on Kennard. Off balance. He drives into the scoop.
You think he's going to step back for a 3. He goes all the way to the bucket and does a flat-footed layup. They would not be successful.
SGA, tough fadeaway on the baseline. Puts it up and in. Shai, lobbing. J-Dub caught it. Got it right back. Catch fire 3. That is good. SGA. He's got 40 in the game.
Alexander lays it up and in. You look like you're defending on roller skates. Whoop! Down goes Josh Hart. 2 more points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
Now they get the 3 from Clowney. As Shai going right through defenders, hangs in the air, that left-handed finish is a beauty. Nice touch by OKC, and this is what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander can do. It doesn't matter how many
NBAcares.com. And there's Gilgeous-Alexander and 1 coming out of that timeout. It's a 26, but this bucket by Gilgeous-Alexander stops an 8-0 Cleveland run.
And the previous possession.
Carlson credited with the steal there. Gilgeous-Alexander with Niang on him, shakes and bakes and sticks the landing on a jumper. 4.5 to go on the first. Gilgeous-Alexander has 6 on the board. Takes a peek, backs his way in. Now the fadeaway is true. Special.
The turnover and then shows the post up. SGA with 8 points in 8 minutes.
That would have made him 3 for 3 from deep. And there is SGA getting his paws up there with the deflection. J-Dub trying to keep it from going out of bounds. Sends it up the floor, and SGA.
This is not Groundhog Day. This is just a different play. That time tiptoeing through the tulips was what appears to be okay. But how about SGA, man? Just coming over the top. Almost like a defensive back in football. It goes coast to coast.
Everybody at some point is going to need it. That's the thing, too. There's that fadeaway. SGA on the baseline.
So you've got plenty of time left in this game.
Shai bounces off a couple of defenders and shows the touch, banking it home.
Clippers making him work for every bit of this and 1. Takes the contact from Dunn and kisses it off.
Well extended out the perimeter. Shai feeling the pressure. Open man, it's Holmgren. Catch fire 3. That's good.
His last possession. Look at this, jumps off. That's a high-level pass. Young players don't do that. You'll get in trouble. He's a pro. Shaded shot.
That was a position of defeat.
Suns forcing him way out on the perimeter. They scramble a little double team at Alexander, working on Booker. Step back 3. Knocks it down.
And that's where they get you, defensive rebounding, and they are off to the races.
SGA hits the brakes. Knocks down the mid-range.
The Thunder looking to run, but SGA said, I'm doing it one-on-one.
He and tight right now. Full of 10 between the two. Offensive glass there. tap by Morris sets up SGA with a left-hand leaner. And those are the ones you just absolutely have to be able to cash in on. As Alexander drops it off down to George, cutting baseline.
On a break situation, SGA gets in the lane and blocks out Iguodala.
How about Shai with the 7-footer trying to guard him?
Final shot of the first half. Shai got it up over the 7-footer. There's a deflection. SGA once again stepping into the passing lane. There's the floater. Sets it up. J-Dub elevates him. 10 days at the rim.
I'll tell you, this has been the labor of love tonight for the Thunder. Just forcing the Jazz to cough up the basketball. And it's led to some exciting plays like this one here. And he's a star in this league, no doubt about it.
All-Star in 2023, Shai. Oh my goodness. Yet again here in the third.
How about this?
They've missed a bunch of time. In fact, the last 5 games with a calf injury. Shai fading away out of bounds, bouncing off of a defender. It still shows the touch.
Just not sure, but take a look at this, folks. He gets by Barnes out front and just fades.
Good transition defense by Cleveland. Gilgeous-Alexander feels a little bump, then throws it in.
Very strong, so he just wants to get to his spot. That little bump makes Strus take, I don't know, a foot and a half back. Watch this bump. Bump, I got a little space. Bump, I got space. Now I can turn around into that jump.
5 minutes into the second. Gilgeous-Alexander at 8 points in that first quarter. Pulls up, jump shot. That mid-range game is lethal.
We talk about cadence of a player. And then